All parents, regardless of what they say, do have a favorite child. I'm Jeffrey Kluger, senior editor and writer at Time magazine and author of the new book, The Sibling Effect: What the Bonds Among Brothers and Sisters Reveal About Us. The sibs who aren't the chosen one almost always know, and the siblings who are the chosen one always know. Everybody knows. The parents won't admit it, the unfavored sibs will howl about it, and the favored ones tend to keep as quiet as possible because they don't want to mess up the good deal they've got going. One of the things that fascinates us the most about the Bush and Kennedy families is the fact that there was clearly a favored princeling in both of those families. In the case of the Kennedy family, it was quite obviously and tragically Joe Kennedy Jr. When he died, the mantle fell to John, which was an improbable choice because he was sickly, he was clearly a second-tier child. In the case of the Bush family, Jeb, by most accounts, was the parents' favorite because he was the most serious son, he was the most studious son, he was the one most likely to go into the family business and do so successfully. Nature impels us to have a favorite child. Typically, it's the oldest child, and part of the reason for that is one that businesses understand, the idea of sunk costs. You've invested more time, money, resource, even calories into the firstborn. So by the time the secondborn comes along, your firstborn is sort of like a product further along the assembly line. The youngest in the family may often be the favorite because of something we don't share with animals and that isn't quite as evident in nature, which is compassion. Mothers in particular will steer a lot of protection and a lot of resources to the youngest and most vulnerable in the nest because that's the one who needs it. The better we understand that our parents aren't responsible for favoring one of us, that they're primally genetically driven to, it makes it easier, in my case, and in all of our cases, those of us who weren't the favorites, to say, all right, I can forgive them that. I got plenty of attention in plenty of other areas, and frankly, I can sort of understand why my baby brother was my mother's favorite. He was irresistible. It does help to say, look, this isn't a function of me. This isn't because I courted less love. It's simply because that's the way nature and families work.